In a number of recent videos, we have touched on what's going on in Lebanon with Hezbollah, that the new government of Lebanon is anti-Hezbollah and trying to weaken them both financially and militarily. Have a look at President of Lebanon, Joseph Aoun, in a recent statement about disarming Hezbollah.
ما بيحمي لبنان إلا دولته وجيشه وقواه الأمنية الرسمية. آن الأوان نلتزم كلنا بمقتضيات هالموقف.
Please make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button so that you get all of our updates. Before we go on, make sure to go into the description of this video below and download the free ebook that is available there. This is a collection of columns that I've published over the course of the last year and a half since the beginning of the October 7th war. It gives you a feel for everything we've been through in this war. So go ahead and download that ebook. So here's Joseph Aoun, the president of Lebanon. He's only been president for a few months, openly calling for the disarming of Hezbollah. Now, Aoun went on to say in an interview just a couple of days ago that he had discussed this disarming of Hezbollah with Nabi Berry. Nabi Berry is the Speaker of the House of Lebanon. He's been Speaker for a while. And he is from the Amal party. He's a Shiite who is closely aligned with Hezbollah. He's not a member of Hezbollah, but he's a close ally of Hezbollah. And it is highly unlikely, dare I say impossible, that Nabi Berry would say that Hezbollah is willing to disarm if he hadn't spoken to Hezbollah first. But then in response to Aoun's statement that Hezbollah was going to be disarmed, we have the following statement that was made by Mahmoud Kamati, a senior member of Hamas's political council. Have a look. So here's Kamati being pretty militant, saying that there's no way in the world that Hezbollah would ever disarm. And then a couple of days later, Naim Qassem, the Secretary General of Hezbollah, echoed the same thing, saying that Hezbollah will never disarm. President Aoun then responded to this by saying that he's not going to disarm Hezbollah by force, but this agreement has already been reached and they're going to have to disarm. So Hezbollah is saying they're never going to give up their weapons. The Lebanese government, under pressure from the United States, is saying that Hezbollah must give up their weapons and that this process is already underway. So it's hard to see where this is going. Aoun is adamant that he does not want there to be a civil war in Lebanon. He's even floated the idea of incorporating members of Hezbollah in the Lebanese army, and that will not work out well for anybody. The Lebanese army is traditionally been the enemy of Hezbollah. Half of the Lebanese army is Christian. So this situation with the disarmament of Hezbollah is coming to a head soon. Let's add to the mix that there are more and more open calls for Hezbollah to be completely dismantled. Take a look at this interview with Hussein Ayoub, who's a prominent Lebanese journalist, talking about a conversation that he recently had with Kamal Shahadeh, an up-and-coming rising star in Lebanese politics, who's also the minister of displaced, and he's the minister for technology and artificial intelligence.
بحكي أنا تحديدا هون عن الوزير كمال شحادة اللي كان موجود باللقاء، وصل به الأمر إلى حد مطالبة الأمريكيين بأنه الإسرائيلي يكمل الحرب. إنه نحن ما فينا نحمل.
So this is a bombshell. Here we have a minister in the Lebanese government saying that he wants Israel to continue to attack Hezbollah, to get rid of them once and for all. So here we're seeing that in Lebanon, there is a lot of turmoil over the destruction and devastation that's been brought upon the Lebanese people as a result of Hezbollah's all-out jihad against Israel. Let's recall that Hezbollah is an outside force that's funded by the Iranians. They're basically an arm of Iran that for a couple of decades basically occupied Lebanon and controlled it. And now with Israel having devastated Hezbollah so badly, Hezbollah is weak, and the Lebanese people, the more moderate forces in Lebanon, the Christian communities in Lebanon, I'll add in that Kamal Shahadeh, this minister who recently said that he wants Israel to continue attacking, is a Maronite Christian. He's not even Muslim. The Lebanese people, their politicians, their leaders are now more and more willing to push back against Hezbollah. I should also add in, there were big billboards all across Lebanon for years and years showing Hassan Nasrallah, the head of Hezbollah, these big PR billboards for Hezbollah, and they've all been removed. They've been replaced by billboards that have flags of Lebanon that say a new day has dawned for Lebanon. There's really a PR campaign being put forward by the government of Lebanon to minimize the influence of Hezbollah. They're trying to disarm them. Hezbollah is pushing back. Where this is all headed, it's hard to say. Hopefully, we're not seeing a civil war erupt there, but Hezbollah is on the ropes. The Lebanese leadership is pushing back. We're going to be watching this situation closely. Please make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button so that you get all of our updates.